CGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very exciting video. Today I am in sunny Schaffhausen because I'm here with IWC at their manufacturing facility, built in 2018, an unbelievable structure here in beautiful sunny Switzerland. We've just been to the HQ here in Schaffhausen, a lovely place steeped in history, but this is the heart of the operation. This is where all the watches are manufactured, including their new Eternal calendar. And I've come equipped as well today. I've got my Mojave Desert Big Pilot, which I've actually had about 4 or 5 years now, also made over my shoulder there. I've been wanting to visit ever since this place got made. IWC is one of my favorite brands. It was actually my dad's favorite watch brand as well. I've been a fan and a customer of the brand for many, many moons. And today I'm actually deciding on a new watch. So we're going to go to a park called the Candy Store after the tour to have a look at some pieces, and I'm going to decide which watch will be joining my collection, will be joining my Big Pilot. But it'd be good to get hands-on right at the source where they are made. But let's get the camera away from my face then, because you're not here for that. This has been our ride. How cool is that? We've been going around Schaffhausen. I mean, they've pulled out all the stops. They've even sorted out the weather for us. But we've been going around Schaffhausen in this roofless van. The glass on it, kind of concertinas back on itself, and the whole thing opens out. It's kind of like I was sat at the back there. I felt a bit like DJ Khaled in his Maybach lawn delay there, reclining in the back, branded up, lovely stuff. The rest of the team are here. I think they're waiting for me actually, so I'm gonna shut up. Some of the team here. Hello everyone.
Hi there.
Hi, some familiar faces. We'll get to them in a bit. So this is the grand entrance. I mean, what a place. Coming through the doors then. Look at this. How's this for a foyer? We've got all prominent figures from the brand here. Probably the most recognisable face amongst them is Kurt Klaus, one of the most celebrated and decorated watchmakers of all time, obviously responsible for IWC's Perpetual Calendars, and has led to the development of the incredible Eternal calendar. An example of his work there, a blown up version of the Perpetual Calendar mechanism is up. Makes it look so simple when you actually look at it. You've got the months there, you've got the days up there with the 7 prongs, and actually you'll see the different depths here on the movement. That is actually to account for different days of the month. Obviously every single month has a different amount of days in it. You've got 31, 30, 29 and 28 as well. So that accounts for that, and obviously you've got the year disc as well. And with the Perpetual Calendars, you actually get a new part of the disc there as well, which comes in the box for those that have your watch in a couple of 100 years' time.
Heading into the factory then. So it's actually pretty difficult to film in here because of the sensitive nature of a lot of what they're doing here, and some of the pieces that are actually upcoming. Can't film absolutely everything. Got to be very careful where I point my camera. Anyway, starting at the small components section, then moving into finishing. Lots of base plates here, applying perlage. And actually there's an old school perlage machine here, which I had a go at. And I'm now adding hand perlage to my list of things that I'm awful at. We also went and saw the famous workbench. I think George Russell, maybe Lewis Hamilton have both had pictures at. Emma here having a little go at some watchmaking with limited success. We watched a pro having a go on the Perpetual Calendar. And then we moved into the materials department. Materials is where IWC really excel. They've got loads of really cool cutting edge materials. Obviously they're coloured ceramics, but also ceratanium. I copped a little feel here of some bronze and other materials. Very, very heavy, very difficult to work with, and absolutely showed up my lack of strength here. Super, super heavy. But they're particularly proud of their ceratanium range, and rightly so. It's got all the benefits of ceramic, like being scratch resistant, but all the lightness and strength of titanium as well. Crazy process to bring ceratanium to life, involving lots and lots of fire. It's about 8 or 9 stages. So involved, and actually getting it to a stage that not only performs well, but also looks amazing as well, with that beautiful kind of like satin and dark finish to it. Quick peek of some cases and some precious metals, and all throughout the ranges, all over the years. I really would recommend coming and looking around this place. Speak to your IWC dealer. You can't book it direct through the factory.
Factory tour done then. It's time to go and see some watches. So we're now at corporate HQ then. This is actually the original building. It's been here since the late 1700s. We've actually got a few cars out here. Brand new C-Class AMG, of course. We've actually got designated AMG parking. I saw this earlier. Down on the banks of the Rhine here. That's very nice. But we've got a roof Turbo S here as well. Not messing around here at the IWC HQ. I don't know whose that is. That's unbelievable. Very, very cool. I've never seen one of these before. Stripes and all. Wowzers. Anyway, the museum is actually in here, and there's a couple of pieces I want to see, but they've got some of their modern range as well, which we're going to go and have a look at. And as I say, I'm going to choose what I'm going to add to my collection. So very exciting visit. Let's head in then. See if they let me in. So we have an east wing and a west wing here in the museum. Coming through. What a place. Hello. So, goes around in this direction here. We've got Walsh. Looking very busy there.
So busy.
Business never sleeps.
Yeah.
Good stuff. You're just researching IWC watches? No need, because I'm about to give everyone a history lesson. So yeah, stick around. Not that we've just had it, of course. So, it actually kicks off here. The museum starts here with the first piece. In actual fact, F.A. Jones was the chap that started IWC, if you like. This is actually the boat that he came across from New York all the way to Schaffhausen. It actually started with pocket watches. So F.A. Jones was where the IWC brand started, and he was a watchmaker in the US. And interestingly, this was the first piece, and it actually says New York, IWC New York, not IWC Schaffhausen. Everyone's very excited. I want to just move through quickly because I know not everyone's going to pay all attention to all of this stuff. But this was the original jumper. You may well know this piece as the Power Weber, which was actually re-released for the 150th anniversary of IWC. But this digital display, believe it or not, actually came out in the 1800s. Very, very modern. Obviously, jump hours are all the rage these days. My personal favourite is this one. Look how cool that. That could have been made recently. Really, really ahead of its time. And as I say, they brought out what's called the Power Weber, which is actually the watchmaker at IWC, to celebrate 150th anniversary. We're going to fast forward a little bit. Load more pocket watches here. Very, very cool. You've got to come and visit this place at some point. Massive pocket watch there that they had in the window of jewelers for actually people to walk past over the weekends and set their watches to. Coming through into the 20s, I actually really like this. Technically a ladies' piece, but look at that. Love that. And that is very on trend these days. This little piece here, it looks like a Cartier of mine that I've got. Really cool. Coming up to the modern day then, these are the first Portugiesers. Absolutely massive for the 40s. Look at the size of that. The 1940s, that's actually huge. And actually it was called the Portugieser because two Portuguese businessmen came over looking for super accurate but large wristwatches. They only made about 600 of those up until the recent time when the Portuguese obviously got brought back. Coming through then to some more modern stuff that you're going to recognise. You've got the Yacht Club. Very cool shape. Great value on the market then if you can find a nice one. You've got the Polo Club there. The SL. And you've also got the Golf Club SL there as well. And the SL thing is interesting because I think, well, I hope the Ingenieur SL gets brought back. And we've got some of my favorite pieces here. And actually our tour guide the other day was wearing one of these, the Porsche design collab. So VDO, the guys that made dials for Porsches, were actually involved with IWC back when these were being made. And there were plenty of Porsche design, really cool designs, some with compasses underneath them. I don't know if you can see that there. But these are so cool, so underrated. I mean, look at that little guy. Porsche and IWC, I think they had about 20-year collab between them. And Porsche Design is still obviously producing watches, no longer with IWC, but that I think is the first titanium case and bracelet wristwatch that was ever made. Really, really ahead of their time. Very cool. Obviously titanium these days we see as normal. I think this one here, bit of world time going on there as well. And over here, we've got none other than Winston Churchill's very own pocket watch. I don't want to spoil it too much. I'm just giving you a little flavour of what's going on here. There's plenty more to be seen. We've got some pilot's watches over here. But you've got to come and check this place out because IWC's got the most amazing history. And it's actually history that I'm not sure, even if you're quite geeky about watches, there's loads of things that I actually didn't fully appreciate. So yeah, you've got to come and check this place out. It's all going on here, ladies and gents. We're going through anyway. Into the west wing over here. That was the east wing. We've got a test lab here, but it's really interesting that this is the original building. There we go, look at this. Business does truly never sleep, does it? Very serious. I know you are so busy. Goodness me. Got your pilot's watches over here.
all throughout the years, some of their greatest hits. Adore those, very, very nice. Your big pilot there. Of course, more pilots. Actually, I think that was my dad's favourite watch, actually, one of these. He never had one, couldn't afford one, but that was what he absolutely loved. Another favourite of mine is that. It's the 3705 from 1994. Very, very cool. And ahead of its time with that dark case. Now, obviously, you've got the top guns in ceratanium and ceramic. Wanted to talk about these two, though, because recently Justin actually did a video. Justin Hassey did a video with one of these with a lady called Secret Diary of a Watch Girl on Instagram. She actually went and collected one of these, I believe in Amsterdam. Very, very cool. From 1987, and actually IWC's first foray into ceramics. That is a Da Vinci Perpetual Calendar in white ceramic. Only thought to be around 20 of these. Very, very rare watch. And she did well to snaffle one that came onto the market instantly. And a good friend of mine has actually got one of these, so in black ceramic with gold accoutrements all around it, and it's Perpetual Calendar as well, both from 1987. Few more of these were made than the white ceramic, and there is a turquoise ceramic one of these somewhere as well, but I'm not quite sure where that is. I was looking for it, but I'm gonna have to ask someone where that is. Also got Da Vinci split seconds Perpetual Calendar there in platinum. Amazing value for money if you can find one on the open market. Huge amount of watch. On this side then you have stuff more from the modern day. Then you have a lot of your Portugiesers, your Portovinos here, and a lot of stuff that you recognise. Actually, you've got a minute repeater down here. We haven't seen any minute repeaters yet, but these are stonking. And I think even if you're looking as a used buy, these are amazing value for money. I know Justin Hassey and I have talked about these many, many times. And there's a few other pieces in here that we've spoken about. These three originally came as a set, the first 125 pieces. Came as a box set, coming through then. This was kind of the start of the AMG kind of partnership, and this is when I first really became aware of the Ingenieur. I remember this when it came out, and it's Kevlar strap, and there was actually a chronograph version of that that looks like this, but an AMG collab. And these are really, really cool as well. These are smaller Ingenieurs, great, great size, and I'm really excited to hopefully IWC will bring back some of these smaller Ingenieurs. This one here from 1990 and this one here from 1991. How cool is that? And over here then we've got Ingenieur SLs as well. That is absolutely lovely. That is a 1985 model. Great size, nice slim case. As I say, I'm gonna keep banging on and hopefully they bring these back. Solid gold Ingenieur SL with that old logo. So here we go then, the grand finale. This is what they call the candy shop. So basically they've got the entire range, give or take, here available to try on. This is not a boutique. This is just where you can try pretty much everything on. This is where I'm coming to make my decision. So kicking things off then, we have got these three. These are novelties if you like, and actually my eye is immediately drawn to this piece here. This is the Titanium Ingenieur 40, very lightweight watch, actually very difficult to see in the boutiques. I'm glad I've got to grips with one of these because I haven't actually seen one in the metal yet. Full titanium case and bracelet, lovely grey dial with beautiful checkered markings in the back there. I don't know if you're picking up that detail. The lighting in here is chaos. We're actually on the banks of the Rhine down there, don't know if you can see it. Lovely location here in the original building. But that is very definitely on the potentials list. Lovely sandblasted finish with polished accents there. That is very definitely on the potentials list. That's 12,500 retail, give or take. We've also got the Aqua Ingenieur here as well, and that is steel, so slightly more heavyweight. You've got polished mid-links there, steel case and bracelet with that lovely aqua blue dial with all the detailing going on. Very nice. That is on the potentials list. However, I feel I've got a lot of integrated sports watches, so I might go for something else. This is one of the standout releases, the Day-Night Tourbillon with obsidian black dial, multiple layers to that dial. The video really doesn't pick that out properly, but that is definitely over budget for now. A few more videos and maybe, but that's one of my standout releases in that 5N gold and that Santoni orange backstrap, lovely. Moving around then, two more Ingenieurs in steel. Again, I like these a lot. Very, very popular watches. Sold out in most boutiques. You would struggle to see both of these sat in any windows. But here is where we have some definite strong contenders. So I've already got this one here in the center, Mojave Desert Big Pilot. I bought that many moons ago. I went and collected it in my SLS, and there's a full YouTube video actually, me collecting this thing. I was a very excited boy. They actually limited this to 1,000 pieces per year. There's a big waiting list on these. You still don't really see them in windows or anything. They're still pretty tricky to get, and it is a 46mm. Actual fact, I know 46mm often fills a lot of people with horror, but why the Big Pilot actually wears a lot smaller than it is, because the strap actually goes straight down. It drops straight down from the lugs there, doesn't sit out proud with shoulders or anything, and you've also got not much bezel around the dial either, so they actually wear a lot smaller than the 46 might suggest. So definitely try one on. Don't just think, 46mm is too big for me. You know that I happily wear 36mm dials. I even wear 33s. I've got, I think, a 32mm AP bamboo. So I'm not averse to a small watch, but when watches, in my mind, deserve to be big, and rightfully their rightful design is a big watch, like a Big Pilot, I will happily wear it. And I've got skinny little wrists, so yeah, I mean, they're half wrist, half noodle. Also got the Perpetual Calendar variant of it. That's around 35k thereabouts. And we've got the white ceramic variant as well. We've also got a Woodland World Time as well. Love this piece. That is absolutely awesome. I've never actually seen one in the ceramic, but there we go. So the strongest contenders for me are these two here. We've got the Lake Tahoe here, that's a 44mm, and we've also got the Woodland Green as well. Do like the Woodland Green. Very cool. Both of these are 44s. But what draws me to these two, this is the Ceratanium, and it's a very special watch. Ceratanium is amazing material, and we actually saw how that was made earlier in the factory. And then we've got the Oceana Blue there as well. At the Lewis Hamilton event, actually, I was wearing one of these, and it really grew on me. I'm at the stage now with my collection. I don't want to add anything that isn't something new to the collection. So I either want a new case material, a new color, a new complication, a new brand. And this is unlike anything in my collection. Blue ceramic, that denim strap, iconic pilot's watch. I think there's just so many cool elements to it. And this is, looking at it now under this camera, I just think this is probably going to be it. The 41 just wears so well. And to me, the dial balance with the 41mm dial is absolutely spot on. That said, this has got a closed case back. It's blue ceramic. We've also got the Ceratanium here as well. And this is a very special material. You get all the benefits of titanium, but also the scratch resistant properties of ceramic as well. And what's particularly cool about this is you've got that open case back as well. So you can see the movement through the back there with actually tinted sapphire. So there's tinted sapphire glass over the top of that. And you don't get that on the ceramic variants. This is a little bit more. The Oceana Blue and your Lake Tahoes, they're around 10. So this is a little bit more. Obviously comes on that rubberized strap as well. And the thing to note is as well, there's loads of straps available on the IWC site. So I think this may be, I don't know. I think it's going to have to be a winner. Let me just double check some other pieces. We've got Perpetual Calendars here. Again, these are out of budget for me for now, to be honest with you. They're out of budget. Amazing pieces, and obviously one of the things that IWC is best known for, Kurt Klaus movement. I think I may go for a vintage Da Vinci Perpetual Calendar, but the Big Pilot Perpetual Calendar is amazing. I believe that's the Rodeo Drive. An easy winner for me would have been this. This is the Mojave Desert Chronograph, Pilot's Chronograph. It's a 41mm, and this would have got the call up if I didn't already have my 46mm. That is the perfect size. That creamy ceramic case is just so cool. And I've actually been trying to bully Emma into getting one of those. I think that is one of the coolest watches IWC has out at the moment. Love that. And you've obviously got your iconic Top Gun chronograph there as well, in the 41mm size. Split second there, Perpetual Calendar on the Ceratanium bracelet. I mean, that is one hell of a watch. Again, completely over budget for me, but that, right now anyway, that is an absolute stonker. I think Lewis Hamilton has been seen wearing that one. Speaking of celebrities, Gordon Ramsay was seen wearing one of these the other day, and actually, party trick with this one, UV torch. You can even see the lume glowing on that. The whole dial is made of superluminova. Awesome piece. And yeah, Gordon Ramsay in an interview recently was wearing that one. Anyway, we digress. Right up my dad's street, this one here. Absolutely a bit of him when he was around.
Far more tasteful man than I am. Very, very tasteful, civilized watch that. But I like a little bit of sauce, you know, a little bit of punchy color in there. I must admit, I do absolutely adore the dial layout and the coloring on these as well. That is a very strong contender. But again, just a little bit too, I don't want to say demure, because I don't want to join any trends on that front. But that is a very cool option. I think that's around 7.5K as well. So a little bit less than its ceramic counterpart. You can also get it in bronze as well. That is lovely, absolutely lovely. And obviously it will develop a little bit of patina over time. Bronze also, and you can see that patina on there as well. We've also got some Aquatimers down here as well. I'm not quite sure I'm aquatic enough to warrant an Aquatimer, but these are awesome. My favorite of which being this piece here. That is your archetypal Aquatimer. Very cool. An iconic IWC piece, again with that valve on the side. No mistaking that. That's actually awesome. But again, I'm not quite amphibious enough to warrant something as aquatic as that. We have the Portofino range here as well. Again, these are far too civilized for me. Portofinos are amazing, but I don't dress smart enough. I'm not civilized enough to warrant one of these watches. But if you're more civilized than me, which is a very low bar, these are very, very cool. Into the Portugiesers here, and actually some yacht clubs. This is a very cool collab that kind of went under the radar a little bit. I didn't really fully appreciate this had even come out. This is the Yacht Club All-A-Bar Brown collab. There we go, you can see it on the buckle there. All-A-Bar Brown, obviously they make incredible menswear, swim shorts, sort of summer wear, beach wear, very high-end stuff, and this is an official collab they did with IWC. That is actually, these have open case back, date function, chronograph. Yacht Club is cool. You don't really see these around either. That's a very much of if you know, you know. It's now available with tide complication on it as well, and that's in full rose gold. And that is in full gold as well with that tide complication. Not quite at yacht level yet. Again, a few more videos and I might be. But I do rate the Yacht Club, especially the vintage ones, one of which we saw earlier. Lovely trio in green here. That is lovely, almost a salmon sort of dial in white gold. Portugieser chronograph with a red dial, lovely stuff. We've got Horizon Blues here. These are absolutely lovely. Anthony was wearing one of these recently with IWC. Beautiful watches, and the strap has this lovely gradient on as well, made by Santoni. You can see that orange interior on the strap there. White gold, beautiful, beautiful Horizon Blue dial. These are stunning. Again, slightly out of budget, being white gold. They're not cheap, but what a watch, what a summer piece that is. And obviously available in all of the Portugieser variants. One of my favorite releases, and actually the contender of the Portuguese range, is the June dial. That is a stainless steel case, and that beautiful June colored dial. It's kind of very soft, sandy rose gold. Obviously you've got your 7-day power reserve on there. Date window, again in that kind of goldy, sandy color. Very, very nice. Rose gold indexes, and in the back there you can see that automatic movement providing 7 days of power reserve. That is a contender, and me being me, I'd actually swap that onto a slightly more relaxed strap. I'd probably put that on a rubber strap. And there's no real bezel on that watch. It's actually just a raised domed crystal that forms the bezel. Moving on to more things that are out of my price range, but actually some of my favorite releases. I wore this piece recently, not this actual one, it was one back in the UK at the Brian Cox event. This is the Obsidian Black Perpetual Calendar Portugieser. Really, really, you know, this is final boss level Perpetual Calendar. 5N gold, which is slightly more scratch resistant than normal gold. It's slightly harder. It's a kind of a rose gold color. Obviously that iconic Perpetual Calendar movement fully visible through the case back there. Stonking, stonking watch. And the depth on this dial, you've got to come and see one in the boutique to appreciate that dial. So many layers to it, absolutely stunning. So then I think that is now that, and I've made my decision. Oceana Blue 41mm chronograph. That's the watch for me. I'm glad I got the opportunity to come and see all of these pieces. And if you do get the opportunity to come to Schaffhausen, make sure you visit IWC here. I think you've got to book, you can't just stroll in. But amazing history, amazing place, well worth a visit. It's about an hour or so, I think, from Zurich. For now then, I hope you've enjoyed that whistle stop tour. Let me know what you think of my choice. You don't need to be nice. Let me know whether or not you'd go for any of the others behind me there. And I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you very much to the IWC team for having me along. They've been amazing hosts, an absolute class act. And I will see you all very soon. Ciao.